In what ways do you show compassion for others? And this is not just like your family. This is people who are not a part of your close-knit family. And it could be family too, but it's more of people that you don't know. Like by name, per se. How do you show compassion for those who you see that are in need, that are hurting, that maybe just need someone to talk to, maybe just need a few dollars, maybe just need a hug, advice? How do you respond? Are you the type that just look on from a distance and not really do anything about it? Are you the type that really just don't care? Or are you the type that will definitely take action to go out of your way to help someone else? Nehemiah's initial reaction to hearing about the state of the surviving Jews was prayer. Ultimately, he will take further actions later on in the book. But we're focused today on the compassion shown for someone other than ourselves, the way that Nehemiah did in chapter 1. And so I'm going to read Nehemiah 1. It's only 11 verses in chapter 1, and then I'm just going to speak a little bit more on this. And this is what I'm going to do as I'm studying in Nehemiah. I'm going to go chapter to chapter after my studies and just go over it with you guys and allow God to give us both understanding through each chapter. And so this is Nehemiah chapter 1. The words of Nehemiah, son of Hakaliah. Now it happened in the month of Chislev, in the 20th year of the Persian king, as I was in the capital of Susa, Hanani, one of my brothers, and some men from Judah came, and I asked them about the surviving Jews who had escaped and survived the captivity, and about Jerusalem. They said to me, the remnant there in the province who survived the captivity are in great distress and reproach. The wall of Jerusalem is broken down, and its fortified gates have been burned, destroyed by fire. Now it came about when I heard these words, I sat down and wept and mourned for days. And I was fasting and praying constantly before the God of heaven. And I said, please, O Lord God of heaven, the great and awesome God who keeps the covenant and loving kindness for those who love him and keep his commandments. Please let your ear be attentive and your eyes open to hear the prayer of your servant, which I am praying before you day and night on behalf of your servants, the sons, descendants of Israel, Jacob, confessing the sin of the sons of Israel, which we have committed against you. I and my father's house have sinned. We have acted very corruptly against you and have not kept the commandments, nor the statutes, nor the ordinance which you commanded your servant Moses. Please remember the word which you commanded your servant Moses, saying, if you are unfaithful and violate your obligations to me, I will scatter you abroad among the peoples. But if you return to me and keep my commandments and do them, though those of you who have been scattered are in the most remote part of the heavens, I will gather them from there and will bring them to the place where I have chosen for my name to dwell. Now they are your servants and your people whom you have redeemed by your great power and by your strong hand. Please, O Lord, let your ear be attentive to the prayer of your servant and the prayer of your servants who delight to reverently fear your name, your essence, your nature, your attributes with awe. And make your servant successful this day and grant him compassion in the sight of this man, the king. For I was cupbearer to the king of Persia. Okay, that's the reading of Nehemiah chapter 1. And although God knows his word, remind him of his promises and what he said he would do for us. He's our promise keeper. And if we're believing in what God says, pray with faith and let his will be done on earth as it is in heaven. When you're doing at least the minimal things to help someone else, you're already being used by God unaware. I love you guys. This is just my breakdown of what I think Nehemiah is heading towards throughout this chapter. Just having so much compassion for someone other than himself. And I can relate to Nehemiah because I feel for others. I want to do what I can to help. I know how I felt when I was down and out in all situations. So if there's anything that I can do to make someone else smile, make their day brighter, just help them. If it's not, if it's nothing but just a fraction of whatever, if it helps someone else, if it's just a hug, if it's just an encouraging word, if it's just, prayer, whatever it is, we are God's people. And that's just a part of our purpose, the fruits of the Spirit. So I'm going to continue with Nehemiah, as I said before. This is going to get good. I have read Nehemiah before, but I haven't actually studied and shared what I learned before. But this is what God is leading me to do, and I'm excited about this new journey God has me on. I love you guys, and I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.